Hey, what's going on everyone? So today we're going to be checking out the brand new Qronge X1 Spark L Black Edition. If you guys follow my channel, you know that we already reviewed the X1 Spark, the Orange Edition. Now this is one of their original ones. We also reviewed the smaller version, which is pretty much similar. It's just a smaller scaled version of these. Pretty much the same specs overall, 4,500 watts on that center mid-drive motor, powered by a 60-volt battery. And these bikes have some impressive power and speed for the money. But we're gonna go and show you guys what the performance is of this bike today. Me and my son are just gonna ride around the yard. Now I only have an acre here, so we're not gonna be able to get it up to the max speed. They say it goes up to 50 miles an hour. I would assume it's in the 40s, 40 some. But like I said, in this area, we're not gonna be able to get it up to max speed, but we are gonna show you basically how the bike performs. A couple nice features that I've noticed that they've upgraded on their newer versions. One is the cutout here for the battery cable. That's nice. That doesn't rest up against the cable and push your cable out, causing it to put a hole in it like it was on that model. And also this battery cable has an anti-spark feature. There's 2 pins there that this battery does not output power unless this is plugged in to activate it. So keep that in mind. If you're using a voltmeter to test your voltage, you're not going to get any there unless this is plugged in. And check this plug every now and then when you're riding, guys. Make sure this is down and make sure that's plugged all the way in, because if it's partially plugged in, you could start getting some arcing going on there and burn out your terminals. But here's your on-off switch on your battery. This is a 67.2 voltage when it's fully charged, somewhere around there. 28.8 amp hours, just like that version and the smaller version. Just a quick rundown here. Your light switch, got your display. Now this is only doing that because the frame rate on my camera, but it does not flash like that. Horn button, you got turn signals here in the back on your left and the right. Now one thing about these turn signals, guys, is on the little mini version, my son's been having a blast on that, jumping that thing out of the woods and off the ramp, and loves just ripping around on that little one. However, both of these lights from jumping broke off, so these aren't the strongest here, but they are kind of neat. I would say you would probably need some kind of support around them so that they don't end up breaking off in the future if you're doing a lot of heavy trail riding. This seat's a little bit softer too on this one than the original versions, I noticed. Other than that, the blacked out edition looks amazing. I actually really like the black compared to the orange one. I mean, the orange one's nice too, but I don't know. I just kind of like the blacked out version for some reason. And you still can see a little bit of the X1 Spark labeling here, so they still put decals on them, but they're almost very hard to see on the battery and everything. Light up front, the same as on this one in the plate, which is nice. And like I said, this is the large version, guys. The front wheel is 17 inches and the rear wheel is 14 inch. On the smaller bike, it's a 14 and a 12. But it's starting to rain here, guys, so we're gonna put it through its paces here, show you how it performs. I do want to disclose that they did send this to us for testing and review, but I'll put links down below in the description. They will be affiliate links, and if you guys found this video helpful, please consider using that link with the coupon code down below to save a few bucks, and it will help support the channel if you use that link at no additional cost to you, and that's what helps us creating these videos. And I do want to mention that even though this is rated at 4,500 watts, I've reviewed some of the other models that are exactly the same pretty much as this, with just a few slight differences, and it doesn't feel any less powerful than the ones that are rated 6,000 watts, like the last bike that I reviewed. Really seems very similar in power and speed. That's just my personal opinion. It's really hard to tell just by getting on it and ripping on it that there's much of a difference. But let's get into it, guys, and I'll show you what it can do. All right, guys, so we got my son on the new black version first. In mode 1, we're gonna hit the jump up here. Woo! And you can hear the fender bottomed out on the front of the bike. That's the one negative about these bikes. That front wheel always bottoms out on that front fender. But ripping pretty good here. We're gonna bump it up into mode 2. So now we're in mode 2. That was a little better. It bottomed out when he landed on that one. And guys, I'm riding one-handed here. This is very dangerous. I'm trying to get some good shots for you. And then we're gonna try mode 3 here, and then I'm gonna get on it. He's only about 70 to 80 pounds, 75 pounds. I'm 1 75 or so, and he was spinning there. Slowed down a little bit for that jump. And here he comes full speed. Mode 3 up through the yard there. And like I said, for the price, guys, for right around 1,400 bucks, I mean, these bikes are pretty awesome. All right, guys, now I'm on it. Like I said, I'm about 100 pounds more than he is. This is mode 1, full throttle. Mode 1 seems pretty tame. Very tame, actually. I don't even know. Let me see if I can pull the front wheel up with mode 1 here. I don't really want to flip it over like I did the other version. No, I don't think in mode 1 I'd be able to pull the front wheel up unless I bounced it. If I bounce it, I definitely probably can. But just from a stop, I don't think it's going to come up unless I either sit on the back or bounce it. So that's kind of nice that you can put it in mode 1 and don't have tons of power to flip over if you're not very experienced. Still mode 1. Ooh, the back wheel spun out on that. All right, I gotta be a little cautious here because this ground is getting wet. It's actually raining a little bit, sprinkling. This is mode 2. Mode 2 seems like it definitely has more power. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pop it up a little bit. Maybe, but I feel like it definitely has less power than the original one that I reviewed in mode 2. Again, that's pretty nice. And I don't know if I want to try to pop it up in mode 3 because I have a tendency of flipping these over, but let's go down through here in mode 2. That was like 25 miles an hour there. Woo. And now we're in mode 3. And I just heard the front wheel bottom out. So the problem, guys, and that it's like it's on all these versions, they need to either cut a couple inches up off this fender or make this back of this fender come out a little further because the suspension compresses and then it hits right here on the bottom of this fender. You could easily cut that off a few inches if you want, or try to maybe heat it up and bend it back, but they all do that, especially with me on it being about 175 pounds. But whew, yeah, mode 3 will definitely pick the front end up off the ground. So very nice, very fast. Let's see, max speed so far was 27 miles an hour, but that was going uphill. So let's see what we can get it up to going downhill here. Had to start slowing down early here because this grass is wet. Whew. Nice, guys, very nice. Now let's do first person view here. I'll strap the action cam on my chest and show you that perspective. And it's thundering, guys. We gotta hurry up. And 32 mile per hour max speed so far, and that's going down through there. And again, this is a good real world testing here just to show you what you can expect. A little bit of a downhill, a little bit of an uphill, because you're never gonna be on just level ground all the time. So try to show you guys exactly how these bikes perform. And like I said, if you like it, please consider using the link down in the video if you find these videos helpful. All right, here's mode 1. Downhill slightly, and I can actually feel it cutting the power. Once you hit a certain speed, you can just feel the power cut out. So mode 1 here, going uphill. Let me take it easy around this bend. And I can definitely feel it limiting me in mode 1. So that's actually nice. Mode 2 here. Didn't feel like it was limiting me much there. Maybe it has to get to a higher speed. Uphill now. gonna try mode 3. All right, here we go, guys. Mode 3. Whew. Gotta be careful down around here. And my son's on the original orange version now ahead of me. That back wheel spins out easily though, coming around. Whoa, almost lost it there. Coming around them corners. Especially since the grass is a little bit wet, so you gotta be cautious of that, guys. Wet grass, the back end will slide out when you hit that throttle. Whew. Looks like around 32 miles an hour there for the max. And I gotta start slowing down way ahead of time, guys. Let's see what we can get it up to going up this stretch here. This is a little bit uphill. Looks like 27 miles an hour for the max speed there, going uphill a little bit. Super fun, especially for the price of right around $1,400 for the large model. If you get with the smaller model, you can get it for $1,000. He is about 5 foot 1/2 inch, and you can see he touches really good flat-footed on both these L models, the large models with the 17-inch front wheel and the 14-inch rear wheel. Oh, and one thing I do want to mention, when I got the black bike, it had a different peg on this side, actually a really nice one, very, very grippy. So I don't know if that's going to be their new style peg, but the one that comes in the package that you have to bolt on the other side was a black one. And for some reason, they didn't match, so they sent me a set of black ones, and now they're both kind of angled forward. So I think that bottom bracket, you can see how it's angled forward a little bit. I think this bottom bracket on this one that I received was meant for the silver pegs. So I have them sending me a new bottom bracket here to mount these black pegs on, and we'll see if it straightens up. But I'll put that information down below in the comments if it straightens it up after I get that bracket and bolt it on there. But no problem, they said they'd send me a new one to try to see if that solved the problem of the pegs angled forward. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you guys around on the next one. If you like this kind of content, please stick around for future videos, and I will see all of you around on the next one.